The Laocoon La1S has created a lot of buzz in the Indian market. So is it all hype or substance? Well, let's find out. This is Raj Tech and you're watching my initial review for the Laocoon La1S. Let's begin. Opening the box, we have the phone itself wrapped in plastic. There's always something special about unboxing all metal phones, but let's not get carried away and see what else we get in the box. Diving further into the box, we have the SIM ejector pin with some paperwork, which is only getting in my way to get to the phone, so let's move it to the side. The wall charger provided by LaTV is a fast charger, and in my testing, I found out that it could charge the phone from 0 to 100% in about 90 minutes, and that's awesome. The USB cable provided is a USB to USB-C, which feels durable and of good quality. Okay, finally, let's have a look at the phone itself. There are no two ways about this. This phone oozes premium as soon as you hold it in your hand. It looks a lot more premium compared to what the price tag suggests. The La1S is made almost entirely of metal, save for two plastic strips running along the top and bottom for the various antennas to work. The metal band running around the sides has chamfered edges and just looks fantastic. This phone is a killer when it comes to looks and in-hand feel. Towards the right, we have the power and volume keys, which are quite tactile and responsive. The left side of the phone has a slot for the dual SIM cards, which can house a micro and a nano SIM. Also, both the SIM slots support 4G. Sadly, there is no option for expandable storage, but the phone has an internal memory of 32GB, which should be sufficient for most of us. At the top, there is the standard 3.5mm headphone jack, accompanied by an IR blaster, which makes the phone act as a remote control. In my testing, I found out this feature worked really well. However, you might need to download a third-party app to support devices in your region. At the bottom, we get the USB Type-C port, which is flanked by a smartphone's loudspeaker grills on both sides. However, only the right side has the actual loudspeaker. On the back, we have the 13-megapixel primary camera, accompanied by a single LED flash and noise-cancelling microphone towards the right. Below that, we have the fingerprint sensor and some LaTV branding. Moving towards the front, we have the 5-megapixel camera with some sensors and an LED notification light towards the left. Below that, we have the 5.5-inch Full HD screen. The bottom bezel features capacitive multitasking home and back keys that light up only when the display is on. Let's talk about the screen now. It's a beautiful 5.5-inch Full HD in-cell display that is capable of 500 nits of brightness and has a PPI of 403. The display is really crisp and bright, although it leans a bit towards the cooler side. But the EUI software lets you tweak it to your liking. You can choose between the default mode, vivid mode, which gives you a high color saturation, and the natural mode, which gives you more true to life colors. The sunlight legibility of the screen is really good as well, as I had no issue using it outdoors. Thumbs up for LaTV for providing such a great display in this price range. Media watching experience was fantastic as well, as the external speaker gets decently loud and does not distort even at high volumes. Here's an example. Let's talk about the performance now. The phone is powered by the MediaTek octa-core Helio X10 processor, which clocks at 2.2 GHz and has 3 GB of RAM. The GPU is the PowerVR G6200. These are the same specs found in the HTC One M9 Plus, which is a flagship for HTC. No wonder this phone flies when it comes to performance. I found no lag and stuttering when jumping from one app to the other or when scrolling across home screens. Gaming performance on the phone was top-notch as well, as I could play graphically intensive games without any hiccups. The phone also manages to stay cool without any signs of overheating. The LaTV La1S runs a custom EUI skin on top of Android 5.0.2. The UI, like most Chinese manufacturers, ditches the app drawer to make it more like an iOS experience. The most noticeable feature is that all shortcuts and quick settings have been moved to the app switcher screen, which can be accessed by hitting the recent apps button. From here, it gives you shortcuts to your camera app, flashlight, and many more. It looks like a mashup of iOS 7's control center and app switcher, and though it's quite functional, it seems as LaTeV wanted to be different just for the sake of being different. The good thing, however, is that there are not many preloaded apps, so not a lot of bloatware to get rid of. The fingerprint scanner on the phone is really easy to set up and works really well. The setting up process is very similar to what you get with other phones, although it's not as fast as the fingerprint reader found on the Nexus 6P. The accuracy rate was really good. In my brief time that I spent using it, I found no issues at all. The call quality on the phone was great as well, as I got a strong 4G signal in my local area without any hiccups. The phone provided decent speeds with my Wi-Fi network as well. Let's talk about the cameras now. The phone has a 13 megapixel rear camera that features Samsung ISOCELL technology and has an f2.0 aperture. The phone camera app gives you pacing setting options to change ISO and exposure, and a few scene modes to enhance your photos. In my brief time with the phone, I found out that the autofocus and shutter speed to be really snappy. However, you need to be very careful with tap to focus, as it can change the exposure drastically depending on where you tap on the screen. The shots taken in bright outdoor conditions came out to be really vivid and crisp, with good amount of detail in the photos. The phone also managed to take some good macro shots with no sign of overexposure. All is not good though, as the phone did struggle a lot in low light conditions. With a lack of optical image stabilization, the photos taken in low light environment turned out to be really noisy and lack detail. The use of flash can fix this to an extent, but I would say the performance in not so optimal lighting is quite average. On the brighter side, the phone can record videos in 4K, and surprisingly the results are quite promising. The digital video stabilization also does a great job in reducing the shake. I will be doing a full camera review for this phone, so please subscribe to my channel to get notified once it's uploaded. Fitted with a 3000 mAh battery, the battery life on the phone was quite good. In my testing, I was able to hit a screen on time of 4 hours consistently. Also, the phone really does charge rapidly, as I was able to go from 0 to 100% in about 90 minutes. The La1S is priced at Rs 11,000 in India. With this phone, you get considerable power and top-notch specifications, all neatly presented in a very nice package. Barring for the average camera performance in low light conditions and a lack of brand value, you can't really go wrong with this phone. In my opinion, this is the best budget phone period. Please subscribe to my channel, as a dedicated gaming and camera review will follow this unboxing. Please also hit that like button if you enjoyed what you saw, and I will see you in the next one.